Hey man, it's your boy Lil Donald, and you already know what time it is. I'm rocking with the progress report. Hey, you gotta do better and listen to this station. You dig?
The progress report.
New guest in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Lil Donald in the building.
Say that again for the ones that ain't here.
Lil Donald in the building. You gotta do better.
Word. Go down and talk about the hits that you had out, so the people know, who they talking to.
Oh, it started with Free My Folk. I had Free My Folk with Dro in Trouble, and I had Juice. Juice was like my takeoff singer.
Right.
Juice what really put me in the game and got me a deal with Epic and Free Band. And then I got out all my contracts, and then I signed myself, and now I'm telling everybody to do better.
Word. Okay, so talk about that process, being signed to, other situations, like, because artists sometimes think that's the ultimate goal, just to, I want to get signed, I want to do that, you know what I mean? But talk about your personal experience.
Labels are always a good asset, you feel what I'm saying? Especially if it's a good label that's going to push your project and market and promote. No matter who you see out here, they deal with labels in some type of business way. It's just, you just got to be careful and know the clause of the contract and know the business side. It ain't just all about music. You can make as much music and the best music you want to, but if you don't handle your business, then you just got signed and you signed your life away.
Right. Damn. And that's real.
And that's a lot of shit going on. You like a couple artists that came on here and had that issue.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what's going on.
It's a tough situation to get out of, you feel me? But I'm just strong, I've been through so much, and I came out the trenches, and I made it through losing my grandma, losing my nephew, my granddad, everybody that I love close to me. So if I can endure that, you feel me, I can endure this little bad contract that I signed, you know, which I just signed it for my children to get that little money because I was in the, you feel me?
Right.
It's just life, you feel me? Sometimes the bigger the risk, the better the reward. So if I never went through none of that, I wouldn't know what I know and be able to do it on my own.
It just make you stronger.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. You brought up being a father. Talk about that when I'll be seeing your girls on your social media and stuff. Oh
man, that's the best part of life to me. Like I don't like, that's what I live for. Like I love my children. Like if any man with children that ain't in their life or don't want to be a part of their life or ain't dealing with them, you're a sucker. And like in there,
this what we do to suckers.
It's just like anybody who hang around me for as homeboys, like you feel me, like if you ain't in your children's life, you ain't my homeboy. You feel me? Like I can't hang with nobody who don't rock with their children because you can't. It's no possible way that you can love me if you don't love your children.
For sure. Definitely, man. So what got you into music though, and talk about your upbringing being from here in Atlanta.
What brought me into music, I was writing poetry. I used to really just use poetry to get women. Like in school when I was younger.
It worked too.
Man, I used to have all the girls. Like your eyes are beautiful like the sky. Blossom like the flowers in the moonlight. It just, but then, I messed around and heard Pop. Like my brother had put me on Tupac. And I heard him rapping Dear Mama, that was the song. And he was talking about how his mama was still his queen and she was on drugs. And my mama was on drugs. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, oh man, I ain't the only one. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes in life we have situations and we think it just be us. But it be so many people that can relate to us, So if we speak out, you'll really see how many people can relate to you. So when I started talking about my situation, more people start becoming fans, like, oh man, my mama do drugs too. Like, I rock with him. You feel me? And people rock with you because of your struggle. You ain't got to fake who you is.
How long have you been doing music though?
Since I was 13. I've been doing music seriously since I was 13. I was dealing with Akon them back in the day. I was in a group called Stunt Boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about being in a group. Like, how is that different from being like a solo artist?
Man, I ain't even gonna count. It was always fun having like somebody with you, just doing everything. You got somebody, but then it was like a hassle because it's like I was always energetic and I was always ready to grind. And he was like, man, I don't want to go there. You feel me? Like, I don't feel like doing that. And it was like I was carrying him. And then he got locked up and ruined our deal with Akon. You feel me? So it was like all these times I've been in a position to win, and something always pulled me back. But it was always me putting my career in other people's hands. You feel what I'm saying? Your dreams, you should chase your dreams and follow your dreams, you know, and your vision. Once you give your creative rights and your vision to somebody else, you're going to lose because it's not meant for them. God gave it to you.
Right.
Fact.
Talk about your hardest moment when you was an artist, just like the most difficult day that you can remember. You know, as an artist sometimes, like, well, as an artist, it is expensive, you know what I mean? And you got to put your all into it, you know what I mean? So talk about what your worst day looked like.
Oh man, when I had the Juice record and I signed the Free Bands and Epic and it was moving and then the song died. And I watched like my family, like my friends, like everybody walked away. Like no, like nigga, my baby mamas treated me like nothing. You feel me? Like my family.
Hold on, did we just shoot his baby mom?
Thanks. Hold on, man, one more time, no. It's just like, you feel me? You watch everybody walk away from you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the worst feeling in the world, is just to see everybody part ways from you. Like, not like part ways like, oh, I ain't talking to you for a day or two, like completely like my phone didn't ring. You feel me? Like 6 months ago, my phone didn't ring. I probably had like 1 or 2 calls coming through my phone. Now I gotta cut my phone off to go to sleep.
For the record, when you dropped that song, that's when I first moved to Atlanta. That was one of my favorite songs. And like that's my little sister right there, she know it. Like I even my first promo video I dropped in Atlanta, that was like the song to it. That shit was just so hard, and I always say like the best records are the ones that everybody wants to relate to. Everybody want to feel like they got the juice at the same time.
And that's how I was feeling at that moment, because I feel like I wasn't getting the respect I deserved. So I was like, man, I'm done asking people to rap with me. I'm done telling people I can rap. Nigga, I got the juice. It's my time. You feel me? And that's the mood I was in. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like I had the record, but I didn't handle my business. You feel what I'm saying? So business made me fall. You feel what I'm saying? And people were like, bro, that was supposed to be a hit. That was supposed to be. If you ain't got your business intact, you ain't going nowhere.
Do you think it was just an Atlanta hit? Like it just buzzed in Atlanta?
They were playing in Japan. They was playing all across the world. My spins was all across the world. Like I never went where my record was. Like when I went on tour with Future, I was opening the show for him. They were singing it word for word. You feel what I'm saying? Like Chicago, LA, Philly, like, bro, this shit was crazy. I didn't even know I was that big. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. So what part of it do you feel like you didn't handle your business? Because you got signed, you was opening for Future. Like, what part do you think you dropped the ball in?
It was just like when you dealing with too many people in your pocket. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like, say for instance, like you're a good PR. You feel what I'm saying? She a good promoter. DJ, you feel what I'm saying? But they good at their job, but I let them in on my situation as management or something, and that wasn't what they do. You feel what I'm saying? Or I let this person in on my label, and they ain't no label. You feel me? They just got some money. You feel me? So it was just like I was hiring everybody because I needed a team, and I didn't be careful with who I hired. You know, so now it's just like you gotta run through a whole program to be a part of my team. Like, it's like I'm so strict on who I let come around me. You know, like far as females or anything. Like, okay, I find you with. If you gonna bring me any type of ill will or issues, you got to go. You feel what I'm saying? Or if you ain't gonna take this serious, you ain't gonna wake up in the morning like, hey, boy, Lil Donald got to be. You feel me? And you don't need to be on my team.
Respect.
The wrong team, with the wrong team, you can't win.
Thanks.
That's real shit. Now talk about this new banger that you got though, man. You know what's crazy? For the longest, I didn't even know that was you. But you know, I get on my little Shazam. I'm like, damn, I'm like, that's what's up. So I'm like, he got him one. Like, and I was definitely happy to hear it, because I know what you mean when it's like you go through a situation and then shit don't turn out how people expect it to be, but then, you know what I mean, you know you great, so you know you get other things in the works. Yeah, exactly. But it's not for them to, you know, worry about us, you know, your concern. So it was dope when I heard it and I found that it was you.
See, I had this record for a good little second, you know, but I had to wait until my paperwork situation was all the way panned out, because I knew if I dropped it while I was still in my situation, I would have took the record. Because any other records that I dropped, like Start My Day with a Dab and all that, them records got took from me because other people owned them. You feel me? So I was like, man, if I drop this record, man, they gonna take it. So I had to really sit for 6 months in the studio, like, and record. And as soon as my contract was up, I dropped Back and Forth. That kind of got everything rolling, and then I dropped Do Better, and it just changed the game, because it's something that's going on in the streets. You feel what I'm saying? And all across the world. I know so many women that be abused, and so many women that I might just be out and just see a woman and just get her number and start talking to her, and she just so defensive and she's so standoffish, and I be like, what's wrong with you? You feel what I'm saying? And then it come out later like she been abused or raped or, you feel what I'm saying, dogged out, or, you feel what I'm saying? And I love women. My grandma raised me, so without a woman I wouldn't be a man. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just, I got to give that importance to the other men, like how important women is.
I put palm on them, Jay, so that nigga over preaching.
Let them know.
That's
a lot of women do be going through a lot of stuff, and people don't be respecting that shit. Or wow, female may be this and that way.
Yeah, but it's like all women broken. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you on the gram, all you see is, I don't care nothing about no nigga, I don't need no man. You feel me? Because men made it like that. You know, you feel what I'm saying? And I be like, dang, I ain't gonna never get married because niggas done fucked it up for me. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, for real, like, women is like, it's horrible. Like you got the women who like, I wanna live my life, I don't wanna be locked down. You got the women who like, I don't trust a man, I ain't dealing with no man. You got the women who fear men and commitment. Like, it's just so much. Women,
you know, your music can change that too.
Yeah, like it is. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It is. It's like, I got so many women in my DM, like I appreciate you, like, you feel what I'm saying?
I think women starting to come together now. We starting to like really like get that shit together and take over. And I think men are starting to like realize you need your woman, like you need.
Cause get what, a woman is more solid than any man around you. Like when you go to jail, your homies ain't finna be at the jail trying to get you out. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna be your girl. Call your homies like, hey, send 600. Hey man, she organizing and handle everything. You feel what I'm saying? But see, women just, and then too with women, like, they gotta just pay more attention, because a man will show you what type of man he is. You feel what I'm saying? And if you pay attention, like if you dealing with a man with children, and you never see his children, or you never see him with his children, why would you still deal with him? You feel what I'm saying? Or if you see a man who don't respect his mama, why would you still deal with him? You feel what I'm saying? Or you see if he dog his homeboys to you, you feel what I'm saying? Like it's right there in your face. You feel what I'm saying? So I be telling my homegirls, I be like, bruh, like
some girls, they just love so much that they ain't even, they just thinking on some blind shit. Cause I mean, you're right. I mean, shit like that's obvious. You know what I mean? You would think, but you know, for some people, ain't that easy though. You know what I mean? They just want to be loved.
Fact, because it comes from where you come from and what you've been through. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, I came from a broken home, struggle, stress. You feel me? So it'd be like, it'd be like, damn, I want somebody to love me. You feel me? But I just don't want any type of love. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I went through that process of just having a girlfriend every month. You feel what I'm saying? Every time I broke up, I went out with another. And it was just like, I was just dragging myself. You feel what I'm saying? I've been single for like 9 months. You feel me? I'm like, boy, I went a whole 9. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? I'm like, no, shout, I'm good. Yeah, baby, I'm good.
I dig it.
I text you or something though.
That's good.
I like how you did a lyric video to that song, because some songs you need to read what it's saying. It kind of sits a little better than just like flowing. Cause like, and for that type of song, like, I thought that was dope.
Yeah, my homegirl, she did that. I thought it was pretty dope. She did it and sent it to me. But it was just like to spread the message deeper, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Like so when you put them images up there and show people like what you really mean, like
it's a banger though. It's a dope record. Like it's time for that too. Just so you know, some smooth shit. You know what I mean?
Mother's Day coming up.
Word. That's what
Nah, I see a lot of people like that song though.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta, like, I think that's what the game missing. You know, I hear a lot of ooh, bang, bang, chitty, chitty.
Yeah,
chitty, chitty.
Side of that shit.
It's like, man, it's like time for some real music, something we can relate to. Because at the end of the day, like, we facing real issues and problems out here.
Hell yeah.
So, and it's a lot of suicide going on. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what people don't understand. Like, I talk about issues because I lost my nephew to suicide. And you feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, people be going through stuff in their head and don't want to speak to nobody because they don't feel like I can tell nobody. You feel what I'm saying? So when people going through stuff and they feel like they can relate to something, it give them a little bit more hope. You feel what I'm saying? And like at that time, he didn't have that hope. And I ain't give it to him. I was a tough love type of nigga. I come from the trench like, nigga, better get right, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? But at the point at time, he didn't need that. He needed a, hey man, I got you. You feel what I'm saying? I understand. You feel what I'm saying? So this record is to tell women like, I understand. I got you. I'ma speak up. I got y'all back. You feel what I'm saying? Because I be having women in my DM like, but I wanted to kill myself. You feel what I'm saying? Like hearing your record really helping me. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's deep for real.
How does that make you feel like getting that kind of feedback?
It's good to me and then it's scary too. You feel what I'm saying? Because anybody who with knowledge people fear. You feel what I'm saying? Like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, like all these people was feared because they knew and they led and they were strong. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta think about it on that type of end too. You feel me? Like look at Rollo's situation. Like you feel what I'm saying? He locked up now because of power. You feel what I'm saying? He was moving people with his words. They fit it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I was just on the news. You feel me? Uplifting black people. You feel what I'm saying? Like, these folk coming for me. I need a dungeon or something, man. I need a bunk or something. You feel what I'm saying? I need me a bunker. So I'm glad that it's doing something for the community and it uplifting women, but you always have that thought like, man, like what's next?
Right.
Yeah.
You got me scared for you. Got me scared for you, like, oh.
We're ready for it up.
Nah. But this time around, so besides making sure that business is good, this time around, what else are you gonna do to make sure that you stay on the right track?
My last go around, I was too humble. I'm being.
No, I said this today. I said that shit today.
I'm being honest. Humble is a word that people throw around to finesse you into doing whatever they want you to do. Like I like say for instance, I need you to do something, and you in a good spot in your life. I'm gonna tell you, humble yourself. Stay humble, and then I'm gonna tell you what I need you to do so you can do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like humble, bro. You feel like I work for this. You feel what I'm saying? I have blood, sweat, and tears, no sleep to get to where I'm at. You want to tell me to keep thinking like I'm nobody? You feel what I'm saying? For what? For who? You feel me? When I was humble, I was ran over. Period. DJs, nobody respected me. You feel what I'm saying? People, women try to use you for your money. Now it's like, baby, I know what's happening with me. You feel me? You better fall in line or get left behind. You feel me? This ain't school. Child do get left behind. On them when you get left behind, you feel me? I'm not the school system. Behind, so get right, bro. Fall in line and get left behind.
All 2018.
For real. No, for real. Like, you don't want to be too humble. It's okay to understand, like, I still gotta rock with the people who rock with me. Right. But you know who ain't rock with you. Right. And the people who didn't rock with you want you to be humble. Because they need that. They need that in. They need to get in. Like, how can I get in? He out of here. Right. And I know I shitted on him.
Right.
Oh, humble. Better be humble. Like, niggas in my DM, but humble yourself. Nigga, humble these nuts. Man, that's fact.
This what we gonna do.
Hey, I got a new shooter. I got a new shooter. I got a new shooter.
Hold on. I did a whole drive-by on that ass. What is you talking about? No, I feel you all the way. Fuck is you talking about?
Like you hard, you good at what you do. You feel what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with you feeling like you good at what you do and stroking your ego and having your confidence. Yeah. Like
you can't
people want to take your confidence away from you. You feel what I'm saying? So they can do and use you as they please. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep my confidence.
I'm eventually that nigga then. Fuck it.
Yeah, like you feel what I'm saying? Like you look at Drake, you look at Drake and what you see. Drake know who he is. You feel what I'm saying? He doing dance moves like this. Who can do this? He doing whatever he want to do. Man, come on. He doing exactly like he's doing what he want to do because he know he's Drake. Yeah. And he's humble enough to give back to the community and do this and do that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Exactly. He's humble, but you know people still probably tell him, Drake, humble yourself. Right. I'm Drake.
Drake, James.
I'm Lil Donald, man. I got one of the hottest songs out right now, and I know it, and I'm grateful. You feel what I'm saying? But I ain't finna let y'all take me away from feeling good about what I did for myself. I did it. Now let's do better.
Okay.
That's
all you gotta do. You got to
you really know how to do it. Hey man, that's what's up, bro. Me too. Nah, it's definitely been a pleasure speaking with you, man. We appreciate you coming through to the Progress Report.
Dropping dimes on us.
So one last thing, can you define what the word progress means to you, even though you kind of did throughout the whole interview?
Yeah, just moving forward, like not being stopped by nothing, you know. Like always having something to show for what you've done. Like I know a lot of people who've been living life and grew up in the same hood, and I be like, bro, what you got, bro? You ain't got no car. You ain't got, like, you feel what I'm saying? So you gotta have something to show. Like when Juice took off and I failed, I still had a car. I still had somewhere to live. I still had a little paper. You feel what I'm saying? I still had something to show for all the work I put in my brain. So it's just like progress is having something to show. Like if you started at an F and you got a B, you feel what I'm saying? Then you go from a B to an A, like it just shows something to show. You feel what I'm saying? Not no Hermes bill. You feel what I'm saying? Something for real.
Right.
Something that you can leave to your kids.
Your bills, your name.
That's real shit, man.
Credit score or something.
Right. That's all, nigga. Word. Well, let the people know where they can find you on social media.
Instagram, Twitter, I am Lil Donald, Snapchat, Lil Donald 34. Just Google Lil Donald, man. It gonna pop up, man. Yeah. Not here,